The Shipyard Pyjama Party, Episode 2. Car Share, Series 1, Episode 3. Okay, this is Episode 3 of Season 1.
Episode 3, Season 1. Yay.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Go.
Oh, it's not doing anything.
Oh, okay. Hang on, I'll rewind. Whoops.
Okay, I'm on Series 1. Okay, it's playing now.
Okay. Yeah, I always want to talk about Episode 3, and I know I'm not alone. Lyrical Dance Flat, Amy, feels the same. This episode is the key shift. It's the important episode in Season 1. Not that they're not all important, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Also, you've got the great Reece Shearsmith thrown in for good measure.
Yes, exactly. And the most infamous outtakes ever. And this whole beginning sequence is, while we don't like it very much, is key to John, isn't it? That John,
Yeah, it's like,
it's John
sorry.
pretending some life that isn't him, that he's interested. Well, it shows that he is interested in having a relationship. He does want a relationship, but only one that's safely outside his car. That he can imagine a whole relationship by just seeing a woman in the next.
But you say that though. He's trying to get in to follow her, which I find a little bit like, okay, that's a little bit. So no, he's trying to get in so he can get in.
Yes,
yeah.
But then he doesn't try very hard. He's just like, oh yeah, well, she's gone. That
no, but it's like it's completely contradictory to everything he said up to that point.
I think it's this. He'll play it out in his head, a version, oh yeah, I could have this big room. I think because we know John is deeply a romantic person. He has this romantic idea, but you won't do the actual work to get there. So a woman in another car that he could drive and imagine, oh, she'll talk to me, but he knows none of that's ever going to happen. You're not going to meet.
It's the dream of it, isn't it? It's like it's the fantasy. It's not the reality.
And it's safe. Because he's in another car, she's in another car. It's never going to happen. He knows that, really. So he can indulge.
Oh, it's Kayleigh, on the other hand.
Yeah, quite. She's going to get in the car.
Well, she might not in a minute. She nearly doesn't. It's like...
True. John is not a patient man. We'll say that.
But they're really not very, not very subtle curtain twitcher.
No. Making no attempt to hide herself. No.
I'm going to stare at you and I'm going to get you beeping your car horn.
Yes. And I'm going to mouth things. I wonder if they told her what to mouth. Or she just made it up.
She didn't. Have you figured out what she says?
No, I'm afraid one of my skills is not lip reading. Although I have many.
No, I don't know. He's got devil horns. There's a bit there where he's looking at her. And he's got devil horns.
I never noticed. Oh yeah. Dear.
Whoops. We'll tweet that picture for later on, so you know what we're talking about.
Kayleigh, forget to put her feet in the car, which is frankly how I live my life. Forget to put my feet in quite often. That is some epic backcombing went into that hair.
It really is, isn't it?
BAFTA for the hair department for that.
I think you forget what kind of... Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Changed your mind.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna... Oh, my brain is just seriously switched itself off.
It's okay. Drunk Kayleigh.
I'll be able to formulate it into a sentence momentarily.
Okay. Drunk Kayleigh sympathises.
That's what it is. I'm having an empathy with Kayleigh at the moment.
Yeah,
I can't say a sentence properly.
Exactly.
Yeah, last night, were you?
Well, you know our Kelly to Australia tonight.
Yeah, you said.
So everyone just piled round at our house for a PARTY. Because I said so. party with Kayleigh. I go to work, 8-hour shift. Yes, sir. Fine. Now, it's going to take me about 4 days to get over this, John. Seriously.
It's very true. I've not had any hangover, and now I'm just like, oh, one glass of wine, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to sleep now.
I love the fact that John, although is totally like, what the hell's going on? He's not angry at her, and he's her boss. He could be. He could be saying, how dare you do this? Go home, sort yourself out. But he's
exactly.
not.
He's like, but he's driving her into work looking like that. It's like, yeah, you guys, you come out like this, then you deal with the consequences.
Yeah. And the thing is, he's like oddly amused by it. He's not going, oh, you're disgusting. Or, oh.
Amused or bemused?
Bemused, definitely bemused. And I love that argument about, you never told me he was at home from your Kieran was home. And she's like, I did tell you. It's like, he obviously expects to know everything about her life now. A month later, or however long it is.
You never told me.
No.
Like, you got one eyelash.
As if he would notice that. Carol Decker.
Yes.
For
China
those
in
who
your
don't know,
hand.
great song. Heart and Soul, great song. My nemesis.
Yes.
So we won't say nothing.
That was a turn up. That was, yeah.
It was, yep.
A turn up.
She was one of my favourites.
Yeah, I saw her at Butlins. That was the last concert. That's the last concert I saw before I left Butlins. Was to Pal.
I got an autograph. I met her.
I was gutted because I forgot my phone.
Oh no, Kayleigh did a pump.
Trump. Oh my goodness! Right, I was going to work today, and this car in front of me had this sticker on the back of it. It says, "I'm speeding because I need a poo," written on the back of it.
Can I identify that?
I'm like, okay, I've seen it all now. Yeah, it's this white car with pink sticker on the back. This says, "I'm speeding because I need a poo."
Oh dear. Oh, Kayleigh's got a game.
What? Go on.
You'll laugh.
What?
We were playing this game last night. Lady Diana. Hysterical. We played it.
I've never heard of it.
Good. It's my game. Copyright here.
You are so leathered.
Lady.
What'd you say?
Lady Diana.
Huh?
Well, you said Lady Diana.
Why?
It's the game. Because Lady Diana is Lady Diana. Go on, you do it.
Get out of town.
Do it.
No.
Go on.
No.
Go on.
No, bloody stupid.
Lady Diana.
Bloody crap.
Lady Diana.
No.
Lady Diana. Do it.
No.
Lady Diana.
No.
I keep saying it till you do it, John. Lady Diana.
Lay it down now.
No. Do the little tiny mouth. That's it. Lady Diana. Lady Diana. Lady Diana.
This is ridiculous. Don't you wee on my sick lady. That's a good game.
And he's on, and see how much he's laughing. He's just finding her entertaining now.
So that haircut wouldn't get a place in the 80s.
Sorry? You cut out there.
So that haircut wouldn't get a place in the
No,
80s.
it would not at all. No, it's perfectly normal.
It's like a backing singer for like Aerosmith or something.
I don't know what's different about this scene, but Peter Kay looks particularly cute. I don't know what it is. Just thought I'd mention.
Do you know?
No.
I tell you the scene. I think it is when he has his hair all split. When he after the monkey fight, and his
Yeah,
hair's all brushed back.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
so much
yeah.
better.
I know. I agree. He looks really good there. What we're saying is we want to be Peter Kay's hairstylist.
He's just
Ladies,
they just complete. Yeah.
that bit was definitely improvised, I'm sure. The the laughter is so natural.
Just that's a good game. Oh,
I think that, you know what, without being too serious, that whole scene sums up the relationship in that John is trying to be staid and no, I'm not playing a game, don't be silly. Kayleigh talks him into it, and when he does, he has the best time ever. It's basically the
Yeah.
entire relationship.
There we go. And that concludes this evening's discussion about car share.
There we go. Oh dear. And John giving a compliment about her nose. Although he does it like a husband that's been married for 30 years. Like, oh, yes, your nose is lovely.
She's winking at him. He's like completely oblivious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it like, or whatever. See again, this completely turns about face. He's showing the interest now, but then after lunch, he's like, "Oh, what you been on those dates?" He's like, "Several anyway." It's like, and he's like, he's missing it. Dismissing it, but trying to discourage her from doing it.
So John is basically in the mornings reserved, but in the evenings open.
I actually wonder what happens during their work day that makes
He becomes emotionally vulnerable at 5 p.m.
So aren't we all a bit more relaxed? I guess we're all never a bit more relaxed because maybe we're all a little bit more tightly wound on our way into work. And then once the day's over, you think, okay, I can relax now. The work's done. I haven't got to worry about it till tomorrow. So you let your guard down a little bit. So maybe there is some truth in that.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know, but I agree. It seems like it.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. I'm just saying. I've never
From
done
my,
it.
okay, from my experience.
Yes, from your experience. I think you're right. I think that makes sense.
It's Japanese, actually.
Who is?
My date.
Huh?
You know how much I love sushi?
No.
I do, and you do know.
You won't even eat prawn crisps.
Sushi isn't crisps, John. I've been learning that Japanese. Hajime mashite, watashi wa koni no teru desu. Dosu o yoroshiku no teru masu.
That's good. That's fantastic. What did you say?
Hi, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm your date for today.
That's great, that.
It's that easy. Learned it online.
Can you say, good morning, John?
I can. Ohe-san, John.
Ohe-san, John.
Ohe-san.
Ohe-san, John. Ohe-san, Kayleigh.
Ohe-san, John.
Oh, yeah. What about swear words? You must know swear words.
Very childish.
Go on, go on.
Kuzudubo.
Huh?
Kuzudubo.
Kuzudibo.
Kuzudubo. Angry. Kuzudubo.
Kuzudibo.
Kuzudubo.
What does that mean?
Bad shit.
Brilliant. Kuzudibo.
Kuzudubo.
There you go. I gotta use that today. Get my way, Kuzudibo.
Not American.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, see, look, you took offence to that. It's like,
Yeah.
it's just a bit. It's really quite sensitive, is our John.
He is a sensitive soul. As
He
soon as
is.
any- And the thing is,
Bless him.
that does show that he was still quite reserved with her, that he was just like, just mean it. Whereas later,
Well-
he would just give her twos up and go, I know. He's
Here we
the
go.
one I
After
dream.
winning Reese Smith.
Yes.
I still haven't watched last night's Inside Number 9.
Oh.
I have to watch it.
I won't talk about it because it's pointless, but yeah, it's a good one.
Did you think it was your favourite so far?
Sorry?
Is that, you said last week's with Derek Jacobi was your favourite. Has that
Yeah,
changed?
it's still my
or-
favourite. No, it's still my favourite. Last week's.
I can't believe that's finished already.
I know. Oh, poor
I
Stinkery.
like that with it. Magic. His magic forest.
Yes. Magic Forest.
Oh, I love this line. Sushi isn't fish, it's wrestling.
I only found out by watching with you guys that, because I was like, what does she say? I thought she said Riesling, like wine. I couldn't understand it at all.
We did have some debates over the old subtitles on the cartoon, didn't we? With
Oh,
Fee over
yes.
the let it be, or just let
Oh,
it be, or something.
The car share buddy is, yeah, he's in the front seats. What's it? Oh, I can't remember, but I get it totally wrong.
But
It's us. And this is why one of the reasons why the episode is such a different shift is because by introducing the third character in the back seat,
yeah,
it really makes John and Kayleigh a team against him,
Yeah.
and
just
solidifies
that mutual dislike.
and solidifies them as a single unit instead of being John and Kayleigh in the car.
But
They're-
also, look at them. They look at each other, and they can just tell what the other person's thinking in
Yes.
this scene.
Exactly. They've got that unspoken communication now. They've got their inside jokes. They can just look at each other, and that shows how far the relationship has come in presumably a short time. I don't know how long, but I'm just
A
guessing
couple
about
of weeks,
a month.
maybe.
Yeah, a couple of weeks. I burped. Yay! Sorry.
Yay! Take a shot.
Bingo!
Yeah. We
Shipyard
decided
bingo.
that we're going to have a shipyard bingo card. So every time Dawn burps,
Yeah.
or we say, "Oh, it's so lovely," or "It's so cute," or if we say the word ship, or
You would be
anything to
flat on
cross
your,
off your bingo card.
if it was a drinking game, you'd be flat unconscious if we told you to take a shot every time one of us had to say, hang on, I'm just going to the loo. Oh, we're funny.
Yeah.
The best possibly
We're so
would-
professional.
we are professional.
I know. We're saying you knew what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It's like-
I knew.
Oh, there you go. Get it pumped up.
Get it?
What you doing? I was a very naughty boy to this song many moons ago in Okinawa. This is it. Here we go. 2, 3, foul. Here comes the upstairs pop. On the little dance floor. Big up and down, down. Here's to the left, yeah. Come on. Come on, dead bodies. Keep holding.
A lyrical dance slap. The most iconic outtakes ever. They go viral every 6 months or something.
There will be a link below to the
Yes.
outtakes.
Yes, definitely. Because if you haven't seen them, you need to.
Oh, yes. Be prepared. Have a wee first, because we don't like these.
It's so funny that we've watched them so much and they're so ubiquitous that I can't remember what's actually in the episode and what isn't. Does he hit the chairs? Is that in the episode? Is lyrical dance slap in?
Oh, thing is though, you put the outtakes on and you're just smiling straight away.
Yes.
It just,
It's
it's like this as well though. It just makes you smile,
Yeah.
and we all need that right now.
Oh, definitely. And
Yes,
there's
you know,
the-
it's like don't you insult him. Like
Yep.
I will defend him. So back off.
Exactly. Kayleigh's already got ownership of John. I will defend him. No. And then he defends her when he says
The effed Christmas.
effed Christmas.
How dare you? I concur with Kayleigh. How dare you, F Christmas?
This is when they definitely, I mean, they are always like an old married couple, but that is like a married couple with the I'll defend you and don't you insult my wife like that. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
that kind of don't you swear in front of my wife.
Fish is in my blood. Father was a fishmonger. My father's father was a fishmonger. 3 generations of fish.
Good God.
Yeah, you're laughing now, Missy, but when I go, that'll be it. Benito, Benito. We're a dying breed. There'll always be fish, but there won't always be fishmongers. It's a sad fact. Kids today, they don't want fishmongery as a trade. They want Ugg boots and a wrapper waist.
Oh, shut it, will you? You're giving me a haddock.
Oh, yeah, haddock, very funny. Grow up.
Just calm down, Perry, will you?
It's him! You can't hake a joke.
Oh, I can flower, but I've got buttons and you're pushing them.
All right, Mr. Krabby.
Just ignore a stick, ignore a Ray. She's leathered.
I'm not. It's him. Moby Dickhead.
You're the Moby Dickhead, Wurzel.
Just calm down, Perry. I'm getting a bloody haddock myself.
Kayleigh and her puns, fish puns. And now it's like John's got a couple of kids in the car. It shows now though how all employees talk to John. Pick up a prescription. Yeah, good thinking there, Kayleigh. That was quick thinking.
She's still pissed in her defence.
That's true. That is true. She probably had like 2 hours sleep.
Didn't get to bed till 4 in the a. No, 3 in the AM. 4 in the AM.
4.
I thank you.
Like, it's yeah. I was going to say
Oh,
Reese.
John didn't like that. Like,
No,
music
I
is
was gonna
my
say- Yes, exactly. John, that's my specialty. That's my thing. That's how I impress Kayleigh. And you're doing it first. No.
Yeah, it's like, get out of my car.
Yeah. Ted too does not do it for me, I'm afraid.
No,
I definitely find Reese more attractive.
people like that, I find, in my experience, it's not a generalization, it's just people, a couple of people I've known that have been like that, are more, they know that they're that good looking.
Mm.
And it's not a
And
positive thing.
like that
It's like-
song. You're fit, but don't you know it?
That don't impress me much.
What we're saying is we prefer a cuddlier kind of guy, or I
Yeah,
prefer
I want something to cuddle, you know? It's like, oh,
yeah.
someone that when you hug them, you don't feel like you're going to snap them in half. Do you really reminds me? 'Cause I think this is quite significant about the box.
Yes. So how did they
Oh, we just
come up
discussed.
with the decision, this plan? Did they meet
They
at
were-
lunchtime or?
Well, they didn't have met at lunchtime because he just says he has to have his car valeted twice in his lunch hour. So they'd
Oh,
have
yes,
to
so-
be in hoops during the working day. So he must have gone to see
Furious-
her while she was...
Furious texting.
Seriously,
or,
she
you
must
know-
have a pair of curling tops in her locker.
Yeah.
like,
Some,
It did not
yeah.
look like that when she left.
Knowing Kayleigh, she is the kind that probably would, for emergency, going out after work.
Well, yeah, I guess that's from work you could. I know, yeah, I've known people that had hair dryers at work.
Oh, and that's all gone horribly wrong.
Rumbled.
But they are a pair in cahoots now, you know, so they're not John and Kayleigh,
Yeah.
they're John and Kayleigh the pair.
It's not John and Kayleigh, it's John and
Yeah.
Kayleigh.
John and Kayleigh.
That
Exactly.
doesn't work well on an audio video.
No. You know what we're I'm not a
Note
fan
yourself,
of
don't do visual examples when they can't see what you're doing.
that. The scene where Stingray is giving the 2 fingers to the car is my husband's favourite scene in all of Car Share. It cracks him
What
up
does he
every
say?
time.
I'm not sure what he says to them.
I don't know
I do have to
either.
do that with subtitles on. I don't know if it will come up.
I'm not sure. Kayleigh on the phone and John's like smiling. I love that
He's
because
like
it
really,
is such a
he's
he's
happy
happy
that
for
she's
her.
sounding happy.
Yeah. And being sort of, he's not like, I don't want to be involved in your personal life, whatever's happening. You know,
Yeah.
he's not. He's listening and he's smiling along with her because he feels an ownership now. Like, you didn't tell me Kieran was at home. That kind of, you know, the same kind of thing. Yeah. We're not doing a comedy analysis. This is all about the ship. We're the shipyard and we're talking about the
Yes.
ship.
I wouldn't emphasise that point enough. This will
Yes.
this will reiterate it.
Yes.
So was Kelly her cousin or her
Yeah, I
best
think
friend
so.
or both?
I think her both.
A cousin
like-
that could, yeah.
Like me and
Yeah.
nice Sarah.
Exactly, it happens.
Her and Kelly and Mandy were probably a 3. If they were
Yeah, you
all
can imagine
roughly
them
the
on a
same.
girls' night out being
Yeah.
proper at Yates's, giving it
Yeah.
all the baby Guinness shots.
And the
Oh, no,
chips
sorry,
and
that was my
cheese
life. I'm
coming
joking.
home. Are you giving away too much about your own life there?
Yeah, possibly. It wasn't Yates's though. Oh, can you imagine on a karaoke night out? That would, yeah.
Oh,
I miss karaoke. Hopefully, in the once, yeah,
yeah,
don't know when that will
2022,
start again.
baby.
yeah.
Jap's eye, poor
Can you
Kayleigh.
imagine all the safety that you have to do, like the PPE you get around karaoke these days, or sharing a microphone. It's just not going to happen.
Poor Kayleigh, she is very naive in some ways, isn't she? Although she's much more worldly than John.
She's more romantically experienced, I think, is like the people she's been with, but
Yeah.
she's just there's just a nice innocence about her, like with the whole, obviously the dogging thing, and
Yeah.
it's just a lot more.
And Jap's eye. She always assumes the best rather than the worst.
Yeah,
she's a
where
glass
John
half
is the
full.
opposite.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
He's a cynic and she's the opposite of a cynic. The word is escaping me right now.
an optimist.
Yeah.
Optimist?
That's
I don't know. Yeah.
It's not the entire, but I'm going to look it up because it's annoying us. Let me see. Oh, John bringing up his exes again.
Yeah. But she's sort of like, she relays it back to him. Clearly, she was listening to everything on that first trip.
Yeah.
So did Charlotte? Was it Charlotte? Did she dump you?
No, that were a bit of a misunderstanding, that.
How come?
We were living together and things had been
You
going...
living together?
Yeah?
Really?
Yeah.
You must have been serious. Were you engaged? Were you?
Yeah.
You're a little dark horse, you. I never knew that.
Never told you.
And he's much more open to talking about it now.
Now as
'Cause
well,
he's
she's
just
so
like-
genuinely shocked that he was living with somebody and engaged.
Yeah.
I think it's because she hadn't done that herself. It's like, well, hold on a minute, you've been further ahead in the romantic sex enough. Maybe is that why she's so shocked, or just that
Yeah.
it's John?
I think
'Cause
it's
she's always
partly
lived in
that.
that
I think-
house, and she's never lived with anybody. Because she
Yeah.
said she's never moved out of that house that she grew up in.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's a good point. I think that's what it is that she assumes she's much more romantically experienced than John, but in fact, John has actually had longer, happier, well, you're not happier, but you know what I mean, more stable relationships than she
Committed,
has.
yeah.
Yeah, committed. Thank you. That's a word. Opposite of a cynic is an idealist. There we go.
Okay. Note to self: we should keep a thesaurus and a dictionary
Yes.
to us. For future.
Speaking
did
of
warn you
exes, my ex hated that about me. He got all annoyed because I would always go and look stuff up, and he'd go, "Oh, go and look it up." I like to be factually correct. That's all.
Quite right too.
I'm a bit John that way. Poor John, though. I do think it's sad that he kind of got on a treadmill with his relationship with Charlotte.
Yeah, I think as he said, his dad thought the world of him because his dad had been poorly. He wanted his dad to see that he had ended up happy before he passed.
Yeah.
That's my theory. But then,
Yeah, I agree.
But then when that happened, he was telling his dad, I think he would rather him be single than unhappy.
Yes, exactly. And I think that was part of his. I mean, he obviously feels awful guilt over Charlotte, how it came out, his feelings, but also because he maybe somehow feels he let his dad down because he didn't end up with Charlotte. You know.
Yeah,
Pretty
because like he said,
complicated.
he was hurt too. Because I mean, he feels like he's hurt because he thinks he's hurt his dad, he's hurt her,
Yeah.
and maybe before he got swept away with everything. Before we knew it, they were in a house and they were engaged, and
Yeah.
maybe he just got swept along with it.
Yeah, I think maybe like what, as we said before, he's the kind of person that he cares about what people think, and so he was doing it
Yeah.
because he thought, well, that's what you do, and
It was
only
expected.
eventually, yeah, it's what expected after a certain amount of time, and only eventually he went, actually, this isn't making me happy. So it was quite brave
But
of
do you
him
think
to
though,
take that step.
so I think John would be married to Charlotte if she hadn't had that conversation. I don't think he
Yeah,
would have
I
ever
think that's quite
ended it.
possibly, yeah.
I
No,
think
possible.
because of him, because he doesn't like hurting people, because he doesn't want to be hurt, and because
Yeah.
he's so always worried about what people think. I think he would have done that intentionally.
But is it perhaps a little glimmer of the John that we see in the finale, in that he was going to stay in something that was safe, but it wasn't
Yeah.
happy, but he changed and went, no, I need this to be happy.
Yeah.
Perhaps because back then with Charlotte, there was a glimmer of that, and he thought, I'm not happy, you know? He recognised that in himself.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he would have said something because he clearly got to a point where he told his dad about it.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I think it's a really good, an interesting psychological.
I saw this
thesis.
bit where like Kayleigh's in the car and he's still looking to see if that girl is in the car next to him.
I think at this point he's still in total denial that he likes Kayleigh. And that's why I think that scene is so significant, because he's singing, please let me get what I want, because he doesn't realise at that point fully it's in the car with him, you know?
Yeah.
He's still looking for it. He still thinks it's out there.
Humour in that episode, like with John and Kayleigh and Stink Ray, it's like you say, it is quite a pivotal shift.
Yeah, it's quite a like, there is sadness in every episode. Obviously, like the second one, he talks about his dad dying, and in this one, it's we find out why John is the way he is in terms of relationships, why he's reluctant to get involved, and why he thinks he should just be on his own, but at the same time, it shows us that that's not at all what he wants. That he does want a relationship.
He says that is because it's safe.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's scared of being hurt.
Yeah. And he just doesn't. Do you know what I think it is? I think you said this before.
Sorry. Yeah.
Is it going on to episode 4? Is it?
It's going. I haven't got my bra on yet.
Oh yeah. Is that he? Oh, I forgot what I was going to say now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Oh no!
You were saying about. Oh, do we? Oh, I'm sorry, distracted.
I can't even remember what we were talking about.
Because we talked about Kayleigh not wearing a bra, it distracted you.
It did. The thought of Kayleigh in her bra.
We talked about John and being scared of relationships, and
because I said it's like you said, so it's something you've said before. Oh, rewind what was said. Oh, it's
Yeah,
gone.
I can't
Never
do that on
mind.
Zoom, can you? Until you
No,
download
you
it.
can't, unfortunately. No, I
Um,
don't think it was particularly significant. It was
What have I said
basically
before? What
seamless.
about John?
It must have been something about John and relationships, and I can't even remember what we were just saying. What were we talking
Yeah, well,
about?
no, I mean, it's like we were talking about him and his dad, and saying that he is scared. It's like even in the last episode, that's why they don't get together straight away full on, because
Yeah,
even in the song he says, "Look, I just need some time," because it's a
yeah, he
huge shift
can't.
for him. He says he's
He's
happier
so,
on his own because it's safer. You got less chance of getting hurt if you're not putting yourself out to get hurt.
yeah, yeah. He just wants to. No, I can't. It's really annoying me. I can't.
I'm not prompting you any at all, am I? It's like,
Brains, come on.
okay, we'll put on episode 6, and then halfway through the
Yeah.
episode, that light bulb will
I'll
go
say
off.
that thing. Yeah, I'll just go. Excuse me, could I just? We'll say this thing, and I'll cut it and put it at the end of episode 3, and then
And then it'll be seamless. Like no one would ever
the whole
know.
thing. No.
Oh, I'm sorry for distracting you with that.
No, that's all right. It's totally fine. Shows we've both got the attention span of a couple of goldfish.